What's up, you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda Marie. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. If you're already a part of the Amanda Marie family, then welcome back. Thank you guys for coming over and watching another perfume video with me. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Elemental. The Elemental is a Black-owned perfume house. The founder is Luke Solomon. So Luke was nice enough and sent me one of his sample kits that included 17 of his fragrances. And you guys, when I tell you, all the fragrances are really amazing. Okay, we're gonna break it down. I am very impressed with the marketing, with the packaging of his fragrances. And I am extremely impressed with the way they smell, okay? Because it's one thing to have an amazing fragrance, you know, but it's different when your packaging and your advertisement doesn't coincide with the fragrance. You get what I'm saying? It should be everything, you know. It should be a great smelling fragrance, and your marketing should really reflect the way your fragrances smell and how you want people to feel when you smell the fragrances, okay? And I would say that he did that. He did that. So we're gonna get into it. If you've ever smelled any fragrances from the Elemental, please comment down below and let me know what your favorite fragrances are from his line, okay? Like I said, he sent me the sample kit and it came in this beautiful black packaging. I have since taken the fragrances and put them in sprayers because, you know, I'm a girl who loves to spray. I am a sprayer. What can I say? When you get the fragrances, they will come on this card and it's connected to the card on the back. I don't have them anymore, but they're like dabbers, and you just rub it across your skin. But like I said, I love to spray, so I put them in little sprayers like this. Call me weird, I don't know, that's just what I like to do. But anyway, each fragrance is listed per card, so you know exactly what you're getting. I was impressed with the marketing, okay? Every last picture reminded me of a magazine editorial photo shoot. I felt like I was like looking at a Vogue magazine or something like that. Every last single photo was just amazing. It was giving me excellence. It was giving me sexy. It was giving me money. It's just giving, you know, it's just giving. I love that it's in black and white, you know, beautiful people, sexy models. So I got the vibe, you know, I caught the vibe that he was, if that's what he was trying to go for, was this sexiness or sex appeal or opulence, money, you know, just living life, excellence. What am I trying to say? You know, just a certain type of upper class vibe, okay? That's what I mean, upper class, okay? For this video, for the sake of the video, I've narrowed it down to 5 fragrances that I think are pretty amazing that I would add to my collection, that I am gonna add to my collection. Let me say that I am gonna add them to my collection. I've narrowed down 5 of them. Again, he sent me 17 samples. I would love to go over all 17 samples with you guys, but that would be an extra long video and you guys would probably click off at some point. So I'm just gonna keep it to 5, okay? I'm gonna keep it to 5. So I'm gonna read to you all 17 fragrances that was sent to me. The first one is Mogul, Empress, Ambiguous, Abstract Mortals, The Grands, Amorous, Leather Boy, Oud People. I don't think I got Wealth. I don't think I got Wealth. There was one fragrance that came in the box that was not marked off, so I kind of was leaving it up to my own impression with the notes and everything to kind of maybe think that I got Cashmere Sex. Sure that it was Cashmere Sex, okay? So London, Midnight Violet, Rich Folks, Erotic Ones, Radiance, I already said Cashmere Sex, Smoke of the Gods, Fantastic Effing Rose, Star 69, and yeah. Okay, so that was 17 of the fragrances that I got. Okay, so like I said, I had to narrow it down to 5 because I didn't want to keep y'all and I didn't want y'all to click off the video, but I did pick 5, and I have an honorable mention. You guys know I have to have an honorable mention. That's just how I started off with 5 in my head, but now that I have them all spread out here, the lineup has changed. And see, that's crazy because rarely ever do I come across a perfume house and I pretty much love everything that they come out with. That usually never happens for me. Usually that house will come out with maybe about 3 fragrances that I love, maybe 4, you know, possibly 5. But for me to enjoy every last single fragrance from that house is very unusual for me. The only house that I've ever really fell in love with, like all the fragrances, where I felt like I just had to have all of them, was Kilian. And this house reminds me a lot of Kilian in a way that they're very like unique, okay? They're very sexy. They play a lot to my erotic side, and maybe I'm giving too much information. But they're very sexy, okay? They're very sexy. So if, like I said, if that's what he was going for, then he got an A+, because right, so you know, get into the 5 that I want to add to my collection. First one that I just sprayed on me. This one is Fabulous Effing Rose. Okay, I picked this one because if y'all been rocking with me for a minute, you know I'm not the biggest rose lover. I feel like some rose fragrances come off very scratchy to me, very too generic smelling in my opinion. It kind of reminds me of those little rose soaps that my grandma used to collect and have in her bathroom, and I don't like that too rosy pink rosy smell. Like, that's not my vibe. I like more of a unique, sexy, dark rose that has a little touch of something sweet and maybe some incense or maybe some oud. That's more of the type of rose fragrance that I would normally go for, okay? So that's why I picked this one, because I actually do enjoy it. Okay, so Fantastic Effing Rose. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it smells really nice. Okay, so see, it has vanilla in it and oud. I promise you guys, this really was, I put Effing Rose in this sprayer literally last night because I had not transferred all of the fragrances yet. And in preparation for this video, I started like last night and I was like, okay, I like these, but I didn't spray Fabulous Effing Rose until just now. And I just described to you guys the kind of rose fragrances that I like, and he hit it right on the head, okay? Right on the head. This fragrance includes rose, vanilla, oud, and frankincense. And that's how my rose fragrances have to hit. I cannot do the girly, feminine, extra feminine rose. That's just not me. You know, I need my rose to have some stank on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need it to be just extra special. So in this, so as described on the website, it says this is a sensual, seductive fragrance that opens up with an elegant fusion of rose, vanilla, black frankincense before rising to a lightly smoky and sweet heart, layered with other smoky accords to build this alluring fragrance. Yes. And I would say it is very much alluring. It's warm, it's creamy. The oud and the frankincense is not doing too much in this fragrance. It's just like the perfect blend, like the perfect amount of oud and frankincense. Because you know, a lot of people are not really into, people are really just really getting into oud fragrances, okay? And then you add oud on top of the incense. For some people, it could be the most. But in this fragrance, it's hitting. It's hitting, okay? It's hitting. I love this. It doesn't remind me of Delina, but it gives me the feels of Delina as far as how Delina makes me feel. Very classy, very elegant, very sexy. I would definitely say this could be a unisex fragrance. I think this would smell amazing on a guy. I like this one, okay? Fabulous Effing Rose. Made it to the top 5, honey. You just made it to top 5, girl. You just made it, okay? All right, my next one is the Grands. And I love the story behind this fragrance. Like I said, kind of takes you on a little trip almost, you know. And I like when fragrances do that because it starts off a certain way, but then in the dry down, you're somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It's like something totally different. When I first spray this fragrance, I get a big floral presence, okay? And initially it scared me because I'm not really big into florals. I'm a different type of animal, okay? You're like, oh, you don't like rose, and you don't like florals, and you don't like... Not that I don't like them. It has to be blended in a certain kind of way, and I don't care for the big bouquet smelling floral fragrances, okay? That's just not my speed. But with this one, I get a floral presence, and it's not over the top. It's just right. Like, it's there. You recognize it. You see it. And then as this fragrance dries down, I get a lot of woody notes. When it's dried down completely, I get this beautiful green, woody, powdery fragrance. The dry down is just amazing. And then I went and read the story behind the fragrance, which totally makes sense to me on how I was getting what I was getting, okay? So this fragrance is inspired by a love story of his grandparents, okay? I'm just gonna read you, I'm gonna paraphrase it, okay? Basically, his grandmother, so basically he grew up in South Carolina. He found himself surrounded by trees and gardens that his grandma planted. So many flowers, okay? Her favorite flower was a freesia, okay? And then he said his grandpa often smelled of wood and tree sap. The smell, I got the vibes of it. My crazy thing of it is my grandmother has very green thumb, which unfortunately I didn't inherit. Child, bless me if I can keep a plant alive. But I got it. You know what I'm saying? I got it. And this is I think this would be a great unisex fragrance as well. Once it dries down, I think men would probably find it a little bit too feminine in the beginning because it does hit you with the freesia and that florally note, which men probably would think is too feminine, right? But once it dries down, the woods come out and it turns into just this great like scent, like a great fabulous scent. It's just amazing. So I love the trip that I went on when I smelled this because like I said, what you get in the beginning is not gonna be what you end up with. So I feel like the Grands really is a really great fragrance that I would definitely be adding to my collection because it's very unique. The dry down is extremely pretty, and I feel like it would be the type of fragrance where people would just want to smell me and smell me and smell me because that dry down. But I am saving the best for last that I think is pretty amazing. And I would pick it over all of them. Okay. So girly, if you're the type of woman that loves feminine fragrances, like you love to smell girly all the time, sis, this is for you. Radiance is so girly. Let me give you guys the notes in it, and I like it too. I'm not gonna even front. Like every now and again I do like my girly girl scents, you know. But this is extremely girly, but it's so bright, it's so youthful, it's playful. The name is so fitting for the fragrance because I'm literally sitting here, I feel like like all of a sudden happy, like I just feel like I'm radiating, like I'm, you know. So it's definitely a mood changer for me because, mind you, the last few fragrances I've been smelling have been kind of woody, kind of oody, incensey type of vibes, you know. And now I'm smelling this, I'm like feeling like a girl. Neroli, Orchid, Lily of the Valley, and Jasmine, okay? And there's not a description of this fragrance, but I just broke down to you my description of the fragrance. I like neroli. Okay, so I like neroli in fragrances. A lot of Kilian fragrances have neroli in it as well, and orange blossom. I think neroli makes a fragrance very sweet, syrupy like, in my opinion, in the dry down. And of course, Orchid and Lily of the Valley and Jasmine, you get those florally notes, and it just makes the fragrance very feminine in my opinion. But the neroli, I think, is what gives it the sweetness, because it has a sweetness to it that I like a lot. I definitely would add this one to my collection. Damn, they about to get all my money. I definitely would add this to my collection because it does give me something different than the others, you know. The others are very sexy and very, you know, the others are very, all the fragrances I think give me a different vibe, you know. This one definitely screams ultra feminine to me. I would definitely wear this like on a first date, okay? Because, you know, I'm not trying to hit them, you know, too hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give him something to think about, you know, put something on his mind. You know what I'm saying? So I would wear this on a first date. Definitely would wear this to like brunch, church. It's very appropriate for church. I think this is the kind of scent you could also wear into the office because it's the non-offensive. It's pretty. It's gonna give you a very pretty girl feel. Okay, very pretty, very, I don't know what his story is behind the fragrance, but he could have created it after a very beautiful woman, because that's exactly what it's giving me. It's giving me beauty. 6, 9. Now, if you are a gourmand lover, like you live for the gourmands, you know, you're all about smelling sweet, smelling like vanilla, smelling like a cupcake, a cookie, that's your thing, like that's my thing too. So not only do I love oody, incensey, dark scents, I love gourmands. I am a sweet person. Like I love sweets. Like I love candy. I love cakes and cookies and all those things. So it just would make sense that I would love to smell like a piece of cake. Okay. But Star 69 is for you. This is for the gourmand lover. So in Star 69, you're gonna get sandalwood in the top, caramel, leather, and amber. And I'm gonna spray that. Oh, this effing rose, fabulous effing rose, is doing its thing. Oh, it's doing its thing. It is thanging. Spray a little bit. It's giving me cookie, okay? I wore this to work like a week ago, and people was asking me what I was wearing, and I was trying not to spray too much because, you know, I'm trying to preserve my stuff until I get my bottles. But I smell like a warm cookie fresh out the oven, okay? Like everybody wanted to take a bite. Everybody wanted some of my cookie. That's how this fragrance is. The amber gives it that warmness that I'm talking about. And then you get hints of the sandalwood. It's not overpowering. I think that's kind of like the first thing you smell, because the sandalwood is really coming off to me like cinnamon, you know, like that. And then you get the caramel, and then you get the amber. The one thing that I'm really impressed about with this fragrance is the fact that it has a note of leather. Now, everybody don't dig leather. I like leather, okay? But you guys already know I like heavy scents. I like leather, but in this fragrance, the leather is very well done, because leather, it could go left real quick, and that's why a lot of people really don't mess with it. But it is very smooth in this fragrance, okay? So this fragrance is described as being brilliant, luscious, delectable. It draws you in for the ultimate naughty act. I'm paraphrasing, okay? This is considered to be a warm and sweet gourmand. Like I said, the amber makes it warm. Like I almost feel like my skin is warm in this area. It's not, but you know, that's how smells are. When you smell certain things, you think you feel something, but you really don't. It's just kind of taking you through the motions. That's what I feel like. My skin is not warming up, but in my mind, I'm thinking of a warm bake cookie, like a snickerdoodle, okay? This is what a snickerdoodle would smell like to me, and I love snickerdoodles, especially the ones from Tiff Treats. And if you ain't got a Tiff Treats in your city, I feel bad for you, but this smells like a warm snickerdoodle from Tiff Treats. That's what this smells like. Yes. On to the next. This is my favorite one out of all of the fragrances, okay? This is my favorite one, and it happens to be his top seller, okay? This is Oud People. In this fragrance, you get Egyptian sandalwood, you get black frankincense, you get arguwood, which is oud, and you get chocolate. Let me just read the description to you guys. This is a semi-sweet creation. No, I'm not gonna read that. Okay, let me just paraphrase this for you, okay? The heart of this glistening fragrance embraces a hint of chocolate, a hint of vanilla, Egyptian sandalwood, and patchouli to give the fragrance its depth and smoothness. A very unique sensuality to this timeless scent. And I would agree 100%. That's why I picked this one over all of them. Dang, where can I spray it? Okay, I'm gonna spray it right here. Spray it right there. This, you guys, if you are someone that is just getting into ouds, I would highly recommend this one, because this is a really great oud for beginners, because oud is one of those notes that can be very overpowering. It can be very animalistic and stinky, okay, to some people that don't really have like a trained nose. Like at this point in the game, I'm used to ouds. I actually love oud. And I love it when it's like this, because it's very smooth, non-offensive. Everybody would enjoy this oud, okay, because it's amazing. Everyone would enjoy this. I can't necessarily say that I smell the chocolate, but what I do smell is something very sweet, very semi-sweet, and I'm gonna chalk it up to it being the chocolate that's making this fragrance sweet. And the sandalwood, the incense, and the oud just really brings this fragrance to like together. This is something that I could see myself grabbing for, reaching for a lot. This is also like the type of fragrance that I can wear, like the oud, I can wear like all year round. Most of the times I reserve my oud for fall and winter, but this one I feel like I can literally wear this every day. Definitely not, it's not offensive whatsoever. This is a beautiful, smooth take on an oud that I really do like. Oud with the chocolate, it's just amazing. It's just simply amazing. Simply amazing. I love it. I don't think I told you guys if Star 69 was unisex. I feel like Star 69 is definitely giving me unisex, because in the dry down right now, I feel like I get something kind of smoky a little bit in the dry down. So I think it would smell great on a man. But oud people, you guys, I mean, if I had to recommend, because I know somebody gonna come in the comments and say, well, which one would you recommend? If I had to recommend, I would definitely recommend the 5 that I just talked about. But if you just want me to narrow it down to one, okay, I would say oud people. I would say oud people because it gives me the feels that I get from effing Fabulous Rose. Fabulous effing Rose. But there's nothing florally about it. So yeah, I would definitely say oud people. It's just right now that I'm smelling it, that sweetness from the chocolate is really coming out. It's just nice. So I sprayed this on my daughter because you know, like I said, I ran out of skin. I sprayed this on my daughter and I let it dry down, and I went and smelled her arm, and the first thing I said was, God damn. It blew me away. It blew me away. I can see why it is one of his top sellers, and I can see why it's priced the way that it's priced. Of course, my favorite one would be the one that's the most expensive. So let's get into the price, because I know y'all was wondering how much this costs. All right, and let me just say this. I think that what I'm finding with a lot of black-owned brands, and I'm just gonna say it, there's no easy way to say this, and I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Y'all underpriced, okay? Y'all underpriced. You need to bring your prices up. I'm just saying, y'all underpriced, and I don't understand it when the product is giving what it's giving. There's no way it should be under $100. I'm just saying, true lovers of fragrances, people like me that will spend money on Chanel, Dior, Kilian, we will spend money on your fragrances as well, okay? Step your prices up, please. And I'm gonna just leave it like that. His fragrances are very well priced. They're well priced. Yes, they're well priced, okay? They start from, I want to say 110, and they go up to 200. Oud people is the most expensive, okay? He got some 180s, 170s, 185s. I think I said 160, 150, you know, so it just depends. And you know, a lot of times, and for people that are just coming into the fragrance game, let me just tell you this. When you're dealing with certain notes in fragrances like oud, that shit ain't cheap. I love everything. I love everything. So yeah, I think you guys should definitely look into the Elemental, because they're awesome. Like I don't see you being disappointed. Okay, let me say this before I let y'all go. Sample box. So I would highly recommend you guys try the sample box and smell the fragrances, and then come back and we can have a talk and let me know what you think, because I would love to know what you guys think about the fragrances. So again, if you have these fragrances, please comment down below. Let me know what you think of them. Let me know if you have any in your collection, what your faves are, all of that, okay? If you're into fragrances, I would love for you to join my family. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload and you don't miss out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a fabulous day, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.